What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Yarrell for another installment. We're here again for another installment of Spilling All the Tea. Today we will be, I'll be recapping Marriage Boot Camp Reality Stars Season 2, Episode 6. Excuse me. What I will say is, it was an okay episode. Not a whole lot of talking points, and you'll see as I get through the review what I mean by that. Also, if you haven't seen it, again, a link to the video will be down below. And since it is spilling all the tea, of course, I have to have some tea with me. Okay, go ahead and take a sip of this. Delicious. And go ahead and hit my baby. Yes, I'm back to it, y'all. Back to it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this review. So they start with a game called. Well, actually, everyone sits down and they're talking about how Reed threw Aviva's leg and how some of them felt that it was wrong. Blah blah. And of course, I mean, he's gonna continue to show face and give you face and not let you know what's really going on, and that's pretty much what he did. So then they get to spin the bottle, and it's a little bit different than how we all know it to be. So, well, it started out with Carol, and then it was the last person to go, but they spun the bottle. Whoever landed on it picked the car, read the car, filled in the blank, and that person spun the bottle, and then it just kept going from there. And not a whole lot was really revealed, but I mean, you can see that Aviva and Reed are full of shit with most of their reactions, but I'm pretty sure we all already knew that. And let me see. Most of the questions mostly dealt with sex. And yeah, pretty much all that it really was for the very first exercise. They went to the second exercise, which was titled Sex Tape. So what they had is they had this small bed. They had a camera on a tripod, and then they had dummies that looked like them, and they were supposed to use these dummies to kind of like, recreate certain aspects of their sex life in the bedroom. So, see, getting down through this. So with Natalie and Jacob, the only thing that I even wanted to mention, but I mean, Jacob's 24 years old and he has a fucking sex drive. That's literally, that shit is on. But one of those things where I'm pretty sure we all already knew that. Heidi and Spencer, it's funny because, Heidi, you know how they say the dog chased the cat? Well, it's the reverse. Heidi's chasing him, and, it's like she wants the sex, but he plays hard to get. And it's even believed that maybe he's doing this to avoid procreating. Don't really know. Let me see. Aviva and Reed, again, I'm kind of getting tired of them, but, their interaction was very, very dry. And Aviva's whole thing is, she had walked in on her parents one time. Well, one, she feels that we shouldn't be using puppets to, talk about sex, because I use puppets with my kids to talk about other things. And, apparently she walked in on her parents having sex, and it was just a bad thing, so she don't want her kids to see, well, as I guess watching this, her parents having sex. Yeah, I don't really know how to feel about that, but, I mean, there's still a lot there, but not revealing a whole lot, so we're just kind of left in the dark. Now, Selena, you know what? I'm gonna skip Selena and Kiwan. I want to come back to them, but we get to Tyson and Rachel, and it's sad because they're literally acting out how they go about getting the goods, and it's pretty much just Tyson laying there and her initiating, and her pretty much doing everything. He's pretty much just laying there, just like, go ahead, do what you gotta do, and it's kind of sad, really is, but he will only allow what you allow. I don't know how many times I gotta say that across all the different videos that I do, but Like I said, someone will only treat you the way that you treat yourself, or you allow yourself to be treated, and whatever you allow people, like whatever you allow, people will do that to you if you allow it. And yeah, so well, we get to Selena and Kiwan. I got hold on. These two, they had to reenact the hottest moment in their sex life, and it's mostly because they don't have one. I think that's why they had to particularly do that. Child, when I tell y'all, that shit was off the motherfucking chain. I mean, you got the puppets, taking off clothes, throwing the shit everywhere, sucking on toes and shit. Again, with puppets now. Got Selena on her belly, Kiwan hitting it from the back. She's saying, my hair, my hair. He grabbed the hair, pulling it out. I was just like, well, damn. They need to get back to that. But I'm just like, all right, now get it how you live. They cut to the reaction of Natalie and Jacob, and they was just like this. A confessional, I don't know. But then they had them also act out how their sex life is now, and it's pretty much, just non-existent. They're really not doing anything. But Selena kind of wants him to play around, to dance, to strip, whisper in her ear, do all that stuff to take her mind off of work. So we'll see what that evolves into. So they're at the dinner table, and Aviva's guarded. Because they're still talking about just her and now her lackluster, whatever you want to call it, sex tape engagement. And, Natalie pretty much is like, look, people going to, and she's right. Natalie just like, whether you do good or whether you do bad, people going to talk about you regardless. With that being said, you might as well just do you, live your life, and fuck what everybody else says. I couldn't disagree with, I'm sorry, I couldn't agree with Natalie anymore. Like, I wholeheartedly agree. Shit, fucking do you. Like I said, people gonna talk about you, good or bad. They're gonna throw dirt on you when you're living, throw dirt on your shit when you're dead. Live your life. So then they get to the evals, and the only thing that I really wanted to mention with the evals is Carol has said to Rachel, I think you deserve more than what Tyson gives you. And Tyson's looking like, huh? Like, because it threw him just like, oh shit, you just shit. Yeah, they straight shaded the fuck out of his ass right to his face. And it's getting to the point where it's just like, you need to do something. Like it's one of those where I don't feel sorry for her, because again, she allows this shit to happen to her, so I can't, there's empathy, but there's no sympathy. None at all. None. So, just saying. So we get to the 101, and it's pretty much Jim and Carol talking with Heidi and Spencer. And, they pretty much mention just how failure has played a big part in their life, more or less Spencer's, but both lives respectively. And Spencer mentions how, everything just started like crashing down for them. And, he also was investing or just putting his money into the wrong things, whether it be room service, liquor, this, that, bodyguards, whatever the case may be. And Heidi was like, we went from heaven to hell because they were managing their money. And, he doesn't want to be a reality star, but he doesn't know, like, what else is out there for him to do. And you can tell, like, he's being genuine, like, he's open. And I'm feeling him just like, all right, finally, we're getting the real you. If we can only get fucking Tyson, or Tyson did it once. But if we can get a fucking Aviva and Reed to actually do this, and Tyson to stay there a little longer than like 15 seconds, we might be Gucci. So Heidi, she's like, she needs to forgive herself because she felt that she's going to be this big star, but it hasn't happened. And, her failure is really eating away at her, but she needs to forgive herself for it. And Carol's pretty much just like, well, given all of this, a baby is not going to, change anything. It's not going to give you purpose. It's not going to correct those things. And, of course, Heidi didn't want to hear that. Now, there was one point when Carol said that, Spencer had a little smirk, but then he threw the smirk down. Like, yep, you're wrong, pimpin'. So, Rachel needs some advice because, she just is somewhat through with the situation. So, she goes to Natalie because she feels that, Natalie is strong and will give her the best advice. I felt that she probably should have went to fucking Selena. All right, nothing against Natalie, but it's just like, that strength is nothing but insecurity and fear. Rather go to somebody who is secure in themselves. It's not all about popping off, but will if he or she needs to, which would be Selena, and get your advice from there. But I digress. Especially why you finna go and get advice from the person that was sitting here dogging your ass out, putting your damn dress and shit on, and attacking you and shit. But hey, I don't know. So she goes to that, and she says that she feels stuck. And Natalie pretty much has said something along the lines, I'm going to paraphrase. She and Jacob had their respective careers doing what they were doing, and he wanted her to kind of like slow it down a little bit. And she pretty much said to him, if you want me to slow it down and, to be yours, and you claim me and I claim you, you're going to have to marry me. If not, step the fuck off and let me keep doing what I'm doing. Pretty much gave him my ultimatum. Just like, if this is what you want, hey, I really hate to quote, but, hey, if you like it, put a ring on it. That's pretty much what she was saying. So that kind of did something to Rachel. She goes and talks to Tyson, getting pissed because, Tyson is, of course, telling her everything that she wants to hear. But it's like he's really not giving her anything. And you can see she's a little fed up about it, but it's almost like, okay, are you going to do anything about it? Don't know. I really don't know. And, Rachel appears to be at her breaking point. And that's pretty much where it ends. Now, that's pretty much my review. Like I said, was there more that happened and more to be talked about? Definitely. But it's one of those where it's more if you just watch it, nothing that really need to be commented on. There's some stuff I probably overlooked, but it happens. But ultimately, it really wasn't a bad episode. It just wasn't a whole lot of drama, which is fine. Not every episode of this needs to be drama. But I will say the drama that we, missed on this one, we're going to get in the next one. we're going to get into the next one. So, cannot wait for that. So, with that being said, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. Like, comment, subscribe, or should I say rate, comment, subscribe. Like I said, if you have any questions you'd like to send me, like I said, it'll be down below, but you can email me at spillingallthetea@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Twitter, all the different updates and everything. You can do that, at T Spilling. So both words together, but capital T and T and a capital S in Spilling. That's also down below. Again, if you haven't watched this episode and you would like to, a link for that will also be down in the description box below. So, as you always know, I spill the tea so you can catch it. I didn't pour a whole lot because I knew that I didn't have a whole lot to talk on. But, hey, I can go ahead and finish this. Num. So, with that being said, as I always say, you guys, thank you for rocking out with me. I appreciate all the support. And until next time, peace.